All right, and we are live here with some more WWE 2K22. My apologies for not streaming a lot last week, or really just one day last week. Excuse me. I had some stuff come up on one of my days that I was going to stream, and then on my Wednesday I was going to stream, I just was not feeling very good. It was not a matter of, oh, I'm feeling really crappy and therefore I can't do it. It's just that I didn't feel I was at my best and I didn't want to not be at my best. So yeah, we're back and we're gonna do these other side quests here, mostly for the fans, and then we're gonna try to see.
That Doc's messed up backstage. Hearing he's doing a bit in his comedy routine about the weird things he's found in Superstar's luggage. Shouldn't a locker room leader step up and get him to knock it off?
No, I'm not a locker room leader. Hey, Toy. Yeah, I'm doing good. It was literally just one of those issues where... Okay, that was a bit of a glitch. It was just one of those issues where I was exhausted and I just was not feeling the best last week. And then on Friday, I just had something else come up on my usual stream day. So, but yeah, I am doing fine otherwise. I can't complain. And then I decided to not do Monday stream because I wanted to kind of just... I didn't want to start something on a Monday before Halloween or before October and then kind of have to put that on the shelf until after October. So that's kind of why that
MVP has been trying to get the crew to follow a dress code of wearing suits. Says it's good for business for everyone behind the scenes to look as sharp as the superstars. But I lug a camera around on my shoulder all day, and a suit is not sweat resistant. Can you get him to back off?
No, because I'm a heel. I don't want to turn babyface to help you Melvin. I mean, eventually maybe I'll have to help them, but I don't want to if I can help it. It's a luxury hotel and jiu-jitsu school. Why a jiu-jitsu school? But yeah, I'm doing okay otherwise. You know, life goes on. I'm, hoping and praying for, the safety of everybody in the path of Hurricane Ian right now. I've got some friends out there in Florida who had to evacuate, and thankfully they're okay, but I know it's not over yet, and, oh great, you. What do you want? Another babyface thing?
With today's technology, I can watch wrestling anywhere. At home, when I'm out, on the toilet. Oh, come on, everyone does it. Shorter matches are best to watch in the bathroom. Otherwise, your legs fall asleep. Anyway, as a favor to me and my circulation, think you can wrap up your next match in 5 minutes or less?
Yeah, I got this. And I just wanted to say, yeah, I've seen the footage from Hurricane Ian, and it's pretty brutal out there. So again, if you are at all in the path of it, or you know anybody who's in the path of Hurricane Ian, Godspeed. My best wishes to you to get through it. And just, kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't care what anybody says about climate change. The fact of the matter is that these hurricanes happening the way they do, our impact on them is not as... I mean, I don't know what, driving an electric vehicle would do to stop a hurricane, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, a lot of people say, seem to think that, if we were all driving electric vehicles or something like this, hurricanes, the intensity wouldn't stop. Hurricanes are always going to exist, much like all sorts of natural disasters are going to exist. The problem is that we have become such a decadent society that you know, has, and all of our living situations have become so sophisticated and everything. The problem, you know, that kind of leads to the problem of, you know, it's a pain to rebuild, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's not so much that, I mean, yeah, it's tragic when, like, these natural disasters hit us nowadays, but I feel like it's just more, tragic to have to rebuild than it is, you know, oh, these storms are actually, like, so much more devastating, because I'm sure we could look back in recorded history, and while they didn't have the terms that we have, I'm sure we could probably, like, you know, find, you know, storms that actually look, you know, as bad, if not worse, than some of the storms we had. And what was the excuse back then? You know, that they, yeah, so I'm glad to hear that. You know, that was a worry for me. You'll probably get some rain. I mean, hell, here in Wisconsin, we got some rain left over from Fiona. When that came through, that kind of, you know, came about. So, yeah, and I'm not trying to make this political or say one thing about this. I'm just trying to say, you know, giving an honest opinion that I personally feel that while the stuff that, you know, I don't know what, I guess, we can do to impact natural disasters is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm all for, like, you know, wanting to change the way we do things with, like, energy and stuff, but that's just one thing where, like, the whole climate change thing, you kind of lose me. So, because, like, what do you expect the average person to do about that? I mean, you close down a factory or something, you know, or close down factories and optimize factories, yeah, then maybe you've actually got something, but, you know, the average person, you know, not driving a car is not going to change 10 hurricanes from being any more or less deadly. I'm sure there's science behind it that will say otherwise, but I just don't see it. But anyways, that is neither here nor there. That's a completely nuanced discussion that can be had with people who actually care a little bit. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. Is like, I'm not going to pretend to say that I know 100% about everything. I just have my opinion, and when it comes to that, you know, situations like that, I'm just going to state my opinion, and I'm just going to kind of go from there. It's, you know, I'm not going to pretend to be some holier than thou, I know everything, so you should listen to me kind of person. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, but anyways, I suppose that's neither here nor there. The real point of the whole message is pretty much what I said. You know, if you're in the path of Hurricane Ian, my best wishes to you, and you know, eventually I think another thing too is that we'll not only get better at detecting them and preparing, but we should be able to. Another thing that I do think kind of baffles me is that if people are so high on the climate change horse, then why aren't the systems that, you know, the infrastructures better equipped to handle these types of disasters and storms? It's just a thought, too. It's not like, again, I know everything. These are just, like, you know, me spitballing off the top of my head, you know, things that are currently going on. Because one thing you should know about me and my channel is that while I am opinionated, I'm not going to pretend to be the guy that's got all the answers. Ooh, nice. I got an achievement, Internet Champion. So, but I digress. Anyways, so isn't it possible to actually upgrade yourself past 98? Okay. Excuse me. Really? Yikes. Let's see. Alright, so let's take care of Kane here. Ooh. Icon, nice try. That's gonna be a no. Stop wasting my time. Insult. Then maybe you'll have some... Yeah, that's true, Kane. You did have a hell of a career. Ooh. Mayor Kane. Yeah, so we can't get any more attribute points now. We maxed that stuff out. But yeah, it should be very interesting to kind of go to a little bit more of a brighter and more place of levity. It should be an interesting Dynamite tonight. Oh, actual cutscene. Okay. Was there supposed to be some voiced dialogue there? Okay. If there was supposed to be voiced dialogue, we didn't get it, which sucks. But, okay, we're fighting Kane backstage. Coolio. I hate to be, like, you know, a wet blanket when it comes to AEW, but I'm very convinced that Saraya was simply brought, formerly, or Saraya, apparently, is how it's supposed to be said. But that Saraya, aka the former Paige, she is not going to actually wrestle for AEW. She was brought in simply for the big pop at Arthur Ashe Stadium. I'm sorry, it just kind of feels like that's something that, you know, Tony Khan would do. Like, really. And it sucks because I don't want to be that guy, but at the same time, it just feels like something Tony Khan would do. And the fact that she, you know, WWE, they cleared Edge. They cleared Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, and they would not clear her. And considering the level of injuries that both Edge and Daniel Bryan had, how bad are her injuries? No, seriously, how bad are her injuries? Because if she would have thrown a punch, she would have, like, she would have done more than just, like, make the belt sign or whatever at Grand Slam. She would have actually, like, hit her finisher or something, on, like, say, Reba, because, you know, Reba, you know, she's, like, little more than a lackey to, Britt Baker, so she could take a finisher and it wouldn't, you know, actually hurt her, and it would establish Saraya as arrived. But otherwise, I did like that she's getting work, and I was kind of surprised that WWE just basically let her contract expire, and had her sit at home doing crap all. Not even, you know, like sending her, like, not even if she went back to, like, the UK, they didn't have her doing NXT UK or anything. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh yeah, and I agree. I would much rather, Saraya, like, I would much rather Tony Khan be smart and not buy into his own hype of being like, okay, I had this massive debut, now I have to live up to the expectations. She has to wrestle. But no. If your doctors say that she can't wrestle, do not have her wrestle. Simple as that. You do not have Saraya wrestle, or Saraya. I'm going to get that confused a lot. You don't have her wrestle. You don't put her in that position if she physically cannot go, like, without hurting herself. And considering the whiplash on her spine from that Sasha Banks bump, which just looked ugly as hell, by the way, I'm not blaming Sasha or Paige for the way she took that bump at that house show. But it was ugly as hell. If you go back and watch it, it almost looked like Sasha was deliberately trying to hurt Paige with the way it ended up. Although I'm pretty sure that she didn't. Like, that wasn't the goal anyways. So it just ended up that way. So yeah, I mean, then again, I don't know if Paige is actually living in the U.S. at the same time, so maybe the fact that she wasn't on like a certain television program didn't necessarily have to do with what she or where she lived, so much as it was like or it was more due to where she lived as opposed to you know, oh, we have no plans for her. I don't know. It's possible. So yeah, how is that not a knockout? Come on, game. You're killing me here. That's a knockout, right? Come on. What the hell? Don't tell me I've got to hit him with another finisher. Yep. Thank you. I was going to say, really? I am kind of interested to see what they're going to do with ROH going forward. I know the Jericho win soured a lot of people, even myself as a Jericho fan. I kind of felt it was done for the sake of getting the crowd hot at the very beginning of the show, as opposed to like actually seeing Jericho, you know, kind of thing. So yeah. And so yeah. Ooh. Gonna have that tweet tattooed on my left leg. Okay. And then I mean, the rest of the Grand Slam was really damn good, although it's kind of sad that the thing that I was most hyped about from Grand Slams was the Great Muta appearing at the end of it all. Like, I was like, holy crap, they got the Great Muta to appear in the States on TV? That's actually impressive. I mean, I suppose Forbidden Door and all that stuff. I think it's a very reasonable assumption that the whole Jericho thing is another reinvention. I also think that it's very real that as tacky as it sounds, it's meant. I'm sorry, I just wanted to kind of finish my thought here before I got too deep into this match. I think it could also just be Tony Khan's really, really close to a TV deal, and much in the same way Jericho was the right guy to be the face of AEW when it launched. The argument could be made that Jericho could just be that guy to bring ROH into the next generation, although I would argue that if you were going to do that, then Claudio winning the belt wasn't necessary, and neither was Gresham losing the belt, but we can, go up and down on that because literally Tony Khan's just taking his sweet time with this. And that's kind of more disappointing. The most disappointing part of it is that it feels like he's waiting for a special moment when, in all actuality, it doesn't have to be a special moment. You just announce that TV... yeah, absolutely. If it gets them an ROH or TV deal for sure, absolutely. I'm all for it. And you can have Jericho lose the belt in the opening show for all I care then. In fact, I would be ecstatic if he lost it to Bandito, because Bandito was one of the many people in ROH who got screwed over by the pandemic. Dude was hot as hell heading into the pandemic. He was like a supernova during the pandemic, one of the few reliable stars that ROH had, and then unfortunately he never got to defend the belt once he won it at Final Battle because he got COVID, and then that is how Jay Lethal ended up at Final Battle while under AEW contract against Jonathan Gresham. Oh, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I totally agree that Tony Khan needs to worry about AEW, and I think that it's headed in the right direction. Grand Slam, a good friend of mine who's a wrestling promoter said that it felt like Grand Slam was in several ways kind of like a hard reset for programming. I can kind of buy that. And it definitely worked, and hopefully the hope then is that it will reset program, it will reset the backstage drama, and you can move forward with a clean slate. But again, I do understand, even as a Jericho fan, why people were upset that Jericho won the belt. Although I will say this: say what you will about Chris Jericho being more of a sports entertainer than a wrestler, the guy would have definitely fit in Ring of Honor if he really wanted to. Like there were plenty of flamboyant people in Ring of Honor that are over the top, and that were a lot of flash with some, good fundamentals, and that's what Jericho is deep down. He's a good, solid, fundamental wrestler. He may not have, especially at his age, the most technical masterpieces anymore, but he definitely is more than capable of holding together a good match. I will say this. I want CM Punk to be happy, although I think he's as bitter as Bret Hart has kind of been over the last couple of years, although Bret Hart's mellowed out even a little bit, so I'm going to say this, F CM Punk. He does not need to be there.
When you're in his neck of the woods, but that's the kind of confidence this superstar brings to every city he goes.
If you manage to
like a death wish.
if he manages to come back, all I can do is hope that he realizes that he's not going to get a sniff of the world title ever again, and he's probably going to have to start putting people over more, because there's no way you can bring him back to the main event at all.
Look at him totally fine.
Like, there's no way. He blew his last main event shot, and it's sad because even I, somebody who's nowhere near a CM Punk diehard fan or believer, and never really have been, I thought he was a good wrestler and a good mic and a good talker, but I never saw him as this cult messiah leader, or this kind of cult counterculture guy or messiah leader. I always saw him as whining or moaning or complaining, and even when he had legitimate reasons to be cranky, I always call him Cranky Punk.
Trapped in the corner.
Cranky Man-Child Punk. That's what CM Punk stood for and still stands for to me. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I get it. You feel, again, I've said it before on these streams, and I've said it to many people in wrestling circles. I get that he was screwed over in a lot of ways. There's no denying that. Even if it wouldn't have ended the way that people expected, they didn't even attempt to do the unexpected. They just went with the worst possible, formulaic choices. And I can understand people being pissed at that, but at the same time, to pretend that Punk was like completely held down and held back by the corporate machine, no, that's not the case. Dude was given more than his fair share of money and shakes and all that stuff, and he's just pissed because it didn't go 100% the way that he wanted to. Well, sad news, buddy. Even Hulk Hogan didn't get 100% of what he wanted when he was at the top of his game. Same with Stone Cold and same with The Rock. They didn't always get everything they wanted.
No escape from these punches.
Even then, I've watched a little bit of his ROH stuff, and I will say that the match stuff was definitely better, but I've never really bought into the character that CM Punk was trying to portray back then. It just wasn't like something that really resonated as interesting to me. I mean, again, I could respect the guy for what he, could do in the ring and all that stuff, but, I mean, and yes, the guy can talk, but, the fact of the matter is, that's, like, kind of, there's not too much else positive or otherwise I would say about him.
Saving us from having to sit through.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Like I've always been in the whole situation. The moment he threw Colt Cabana under the bus was the moment I said, I don't care if you come back to wrestling ever again. And I'm not even necessarily the biggest fan overall of Colt Cabana's shtick. I think he does sometimes do a little bit too much comedy and not enough serious wrestling. Uh-oh. Kane.
I might have an idea what this is all about. Yeah, after what we heard happened backstage.
Yep.
It's
Demon Turn.
It's the big red machine. The demon has been awakened.
Uh-oh.
Chokeslam.
Dead.
He's been put on notice.
Oh, do I actually get a match with the Big Red Monster, Kane? That'd be cool. Excuse me. But yeah, it's just a cluster. I say Tony Khan's wisest decision is to buy Punk out of his contract. And because that's the only thing that prevents him from going on this like massive, like, oh my God, I hate AEW and everything kind of thing. So yeah. Some best things, the demons awakened. Really scary stuff, Kane. Leaving the spooky empty threats to your goth big brother. Oh my God, my character's trying to spit fire. There's nothing about you that I'm afraid of. You had to sneak up on me and to attack me. It won't happen again. If the Big Red Machine has awakened, I'm not missing the opportunity to make this match official. Frank Draven versus Kane, Monday Night Raw. # mandate, because Mandy Rose is the GM of Monday Night Raw in this game. In the universe. Well, yeah, that's the other thing, is like, Darby Allin's technically straight edge too, and like initially he made it a big part of his character, but now it's like an afterthought. And again, I differ from the wrestling community in that I'm not the biggest fan of Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks. My stance on Kenny Omega is that while I love the fact that he incorporates like nerd culture and video games into his like moveset and everything, and like his music and everything, I do think that it just to me kind of screams a little bit like I'm trying too hard to appease to the fan base. So, I mean, again, that could just be, well, if he's a babyface, that makes sense as a wrestler, and even if he's a heel and it annoys the hell out of you, then it does its job, but even then, I still kind of just find it to be, like, it doesn't always resonate the best with me, I guess, is the way to say it. Then again, I don't know, maybe I'm just holding on to the grudge that Kenny Omega, before becoming this big main event superstar, was doing really goofy stuff in Japan that I don't think any main eventer that isn't like, doing backyard wrestling would be caught doing. Like, wrestling an 8-year-old girl and a blow-up doll in the ring. So, again, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Like, the only positive thing I'll say about straight edge people is they're less preachy than vegans. I mean, otherwise, whoopity-doo. I mean, that means that there's, like, a good half of the population that's technically straight edge. Oh, yeah, I get it, too. It's a Japanese thing, too. And that's the thing, is, like, I guess part of me kind of holds on to the idea that, like,
he now just looks helpless to every
I don't get how the American audience can, watch the Japanese stuff and not enjoy it, but look at the Japanese stuff and then honestly, look at like Kenny Omega and then say, yeah, this guy's always been meant to be a main event, bona fide stud kind of thing. So I don't know. I mean, again, maybe it's just the fact that I hate being told that we are supposed to love everything about, like, a Kenny Omega match and his wrestling ability that also leaves me sour, because while I don't necessarily have anything against being told someone's opinion, I do hate when somebody tries to like tell me that this is automatically good and you should like this kind of thing.
And a basement drop kick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They are very different, and that's part of the reason why why independent promotions, and actually not even independent promotions, but promotions in those countries have the big TV deals that they have, despite WWE and AEW being as prominent as they are worldwide. It's one of the few good things about wrestling in comparison to actual sports, where you might have a couple of leagues that basically dominate everything for the entire planet. So yeah.
He just won't give up.
But yeah, I mean, I do admit that those are just my opinions, and I'm not pretending that they are like, oh my gosh, I am 100% right. I 100% have to be right. So yeah, just my thoughts,
He wasted no time
as it
kicking
were.
out there. Right now, I just don't know what it's going to take.
I will say that I do feel bad for Jon Moxley, that his vacation is still basically canceled. I hope that Tony Khan's giving him a nice raise to basically, I can only assume that he's going to put over MJF at Full Gear. That's the plan to get a title off of him. But that he has to... Oh yeah, absolutely.
Undeterred, the big red monster rises again.
But yeah, I mean, if that's indeed the plan, the best to make of a bad situation, then fine. But I do still feel bad for Jon Moxley, and I'm sure Renee too, because I'm sure the rumor of him, just going fishing for like 6 weeks was not like, the only thing that he was going to do while on vacation. He was probably going to spend time with Renee and his daughter. So, some family time, so that's taken away from him too. So yeah, I mean, it is kind of a crap situation that Moxley, I know he's doing Tony Khan solid and stepping up, but at the same time, I do feel bad for the guy. Yeah, Mox has done that, and
Is this what I think it is?
Oh God, no way!
It's the Undertaker.
Oh, I made the comment about the Undertaker.
Is here on Raw. He called Taker out on social media. Now he has to answer him face to face. Let's see how tough he is now. Undertaker's
really?
not going away. And there he goes. He wants nothing to do with the dead man. He just took down Kane. I think he's had enough of the Brothers of Destruction for one night.
What, now I'm gonna have a casket match with the Undertaker or something? That'd be cool. Oh, absolutely. I honestly, like I've said, I've not been the biggest fan of his over the top deathmatch style. But I could definitely respect it. It's kind of like an homage to Terry Funk and Mick Foley, just with a little bit more wrestling ability, kind of thing. So yeah. Maybe next time you disrespect, better find a partner, because I'm granting... Oh, a tornado tag team match. Like I said, I'm not scared. I'm sure I'll find someone else eager to take down these so-called legends. Oh, the Legend Killer. Nice. Figures. Oh, yeah, I agree. The thing is that I don't honestly think that you would have been able to tell the difference until he kind of made it clear that, he was going on rehab to sober up. Because once he came back and you saw that he had, trimmed some weight off, and, he looked like, his eyes weren't so... Because his eyes could sometimes get glazed over when he wasn't selling. you could kind of see that in his matches. Like, even in, like, the bloody brawls, like, it was pretty clear that he was, you know, like, dealing with some stuff and that there was something masking. So, yeah. Okay, Kane Orton handles Undertaker, can do. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where he goes from here, because the problem is that once Moxley loses the AEW World title, the real question is, what the heck do you do with him? Because if he's going to be at the top of the card, that's fine, but you can't have him be world champion forever, even if he is one of the faces of your brand and a workhorse. So, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, and I think that kind of goes to, or speaks to the fact that, you know, some people that are, you know, dealing with addiction issues, they master hiding it, to the point where, like, you know, you don't know that they are dealing with this stuff, they just are. So, again, I don't know if that's something to be, you know, kind of impressed by or disturbed by, because on one hand, it's great to see that some people can, you know, bury their problems, technically speaking, and yet still go out and, you know, like, give this air that nothing's really wrong, but at the same time, if you need help kind of thing. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think he will do a great job setting up the next crop of AEW talent. I guess the real question then is, who's going to be that guy who benefits first? I mean, of course, the obvious answer is maybe Darby Allin getting that breakthrough win that, you know, you thought he might have gotten with Cody. You know, MJF obviously would probably be another guy who would definitely benefit, because hate him or not, I think that it's pretty clear that MJF is kind of anointed to win the title from Mox, if he in fact is going to get that vacation that he was promised anytime soon. I mean, hell, even Wardlow, who is another guy that I'm very pissed that they're doing absolutely nothing with, really. Like, seriously, why are you not having Goldberg on TV at least every week? You mean to tell me that you can't have him doing anything per week? Like, what the hell? You're really cooling him off. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But, yeah, they're really cooling Wardlow off, and it's starting to tick me off, too, because it's like, what the hell are you even doing with him? Like, are you, like, deliberately trying to, are you deliberately trying to kill whatever momentum he gained, by working with MJF even a couple of months ago? And I'm sure some people who aren't wrestling fans are probably wondering, what the hell is he going on about? But well, I mean, what I'm going to do, when I do wrestling, or when I do WWE or wrestling related content, I tend to talk wrestling. Shocker, I know, right? So yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And especially if you want to make him as dominant as you want to make him, there's more than enough people on that roster that can, you know, afford a loss, and because it would be to Wardlow in like a dominating fashion, it would not hurt at all. Like, so yeah, to say that nobody can, like, you know, job the Wardlow and that's why he's not on TV every week, get the hell out of here. Like, hell, I think... I mean, hell, Samoa Joe, as injured as he's been, feels like he's been more a part of the product than, excuse me, damn it, than Wardlow. I don't know why my brain just could not cooperate with me for a second there.
Just punched him right in the mouth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when he had the belt. And then, you know, Hulk Hogan basically said, you know, the TV title, we realize it's kind of worthless, so we're not going to have it defended anymore on TV. Because there was a time where after, like, they did have him defend it for, like, every week for a while. And then they just kind of forgot about the TV title, and then Devon had to join Aces and Eights to get back on TV. Because, you know, that's the sign of quality programming. But then again, that was really just another brilliant Hogan Bischoff move more than Devon probably, you know, deciding it. Got him. Speaking of Devon, his sons might be coming to WWE. They've worked a couple matches for AEW Dark, and it looks like they're not going to come back, or they're not going to get a deal with AEW Dark, or AEW, which is fine. Oh yeah, absolutely. It is a TV title. It is a TV title. So yeah, it deserves to be defended at least twice a week, or once a week. Nice.
You won the match. This is too much.
Please, this is tame. And I that's the thing. Like, I don't get it. In WCW, the TV title was defended on all sorts of programming. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't defended on every television product, every episode, but you know, it was like you wouldn't go more than like 2 weeks without that, so. Yeah, I knew they were going to stay with AEW. So yeah. Shocker. I told Kane, I'm an icon. Oh god, I am going to have a match with The Undertaker. I'll end his career and become a new hero to superstars who have opportunities stolen from them by that part-timer every year. Oh god. Streets will be named after me all over the world. I'll take a street too. If not even a cul-de-sac will do. Oh god, Hell in a Cell match. Knew that was coming. If I have anything to say about it, after being decimated by me, he'll finally say goodbye to WWE for good. Nice. This is actually kind of a cool. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Big time with the title defenses. But yeah, I knew they weren't going anywhere. My real question was, and what piqued my interest was, when Malachi Black said that he felt that, people in his professional career had reneged on promises. I have to wonder if that was Tony Khan and something with like the House of Black, or even like with the Cody Rhodes saga, which, you know, is kind of fun. It's kind of funny, but you know, Malachi won all but the very last match of their saga, so I don't get why he would.
Here we are.
Yeah. Don't all wrestling fans feel like they should be pokers? You know what I mean?
Right in his cold,
so yeah.
And didn't even blink. Hell in a Cell has been the Undertaker's
like seriously, I mean, all wrestling fans feel like they should be armchair bookers, but what else is new? Am I right?
That he thinks he deserves.
But yeah, I mean, that does kind of lead me to kind of question. Oh yeah, I do think that Cody leaving definitely had a part of it. I think that I think a lot of it actually is his wife working for the WWE, and he, you know, once Triple H got back in, he was like, you know what? I think I actually have a chance to get back into the company. And, you know, be with my wife traveling on the road. And Buddy Matthews is dating Rhea Ripley, so we know for a fact that, you know, they too also, you know, he would have a reason for wanting to, you know, go back to WWE besides, oh, Triple H is in charge. He might actually give me an opportunity or two.
He's rummaging for some sort of equalizer underneath the ring.
But, so yeah, there's definitely that. But yeah, I do have to wonder if what promises Tony Khan might have made to Malachi, and if it was a matter of, you know, something like, you know, that he could have actually done for Malachi, or if it was something that, you know, he did just to get him to sign, or what? Because that could be another headache and problem for AEW if Tony Khan's making promises to a guy that he can't keep, to the point where the guy in question, you know, says, I have to leave because I got to get my head on straight, but not just because I got to get my head on straight, but also because I have to, not just because I have to get my head on straight, but also because I feel like I've been disrespected. Yeah, I know, hear that. And I will also say this. I know some people are criticize Dominic Mysterio for not being good at what he does. I will say this. He has done about as good as I think a kid for his age level can be. I do think that he, maybe him turning heel was necessary to maybe give him a little bit of charisma, because he didn't really have any as a babyface.
Climbs back inside.
And I do think that maybe Dominic, you know, going to the Performance Center would not have been, like, a bad thing to actually, like, you know, get him seasoned in the ring. But at the same time, he's not looked, like, absolutely awful. And I still see something there. I think that maybe it's just who's been in the ring with has really been the problem. Like, he's been in the ring with a lot of top guys in his career, like some of the best in their particular fields, be it singles or tag teams in WWE, and, you know, it doesn't matter unless you're Kurt Angle to sink or to swim with those kind of giants right away. It just ain't gonna happen for people that, like, are fresh on the training, or fresh out of training kind of thing. So I don't know. Oh, absolutely, and I know WWE honestly doesn't care necessarily about that, but, you know, at the same time, you know, it's not a concern that either company can afford to, you know, kind of sweep under the rug, as it were.
That's gotta be it. 2. Undertaker kicked out. So close. I understand the sentiment, but now is not the time to bask in disbelief.
So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see.
German suplex, but that's not all.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I keep saying. That's why it kind of annoys the hell out of me when people say, "Oh man, dude, he sucks." I mean, like, is he a good wrestler for the position that he's in? No, probably not. But to act like he's the worst, like, multi-generational talent to ever come through WWE's doors, or wrestling's doors for that matter, is an insult. I refer you to Eric Watts, the guy who, for the business, blank tag team with his dad definitely helped a lot, but at the same time, if you're going to have, like, one team running the show, there's only so much that they can all do, so. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just one of those, you know, things where it's like, is it as good as it could be? No, definitely not, but could it be a hell of a lot worse? Oh, hell yeah. And that just goes for, you know, wrestling in general, you know, really, at this point. Night, night, dead man. And Kane, I'll take my street now, thanks. Oh, God. Excuse me. Let's see here now. Tommaso Ciampa. Ooh. Call Ciampa soft. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. Ooh. Damn. like Tommaso Ciampa, but this is a great way to kind of be in there. Oh, yeah. Well, once again, WWE and their production decisions. Freaking blue lights? Really? And also a mask that clearly had, like, and also a mask that probably impaired his vision. If nothing else, too. Frank Draven. Fixed it. Hurt. Training in 2007. Ooh, damn. Yeah, I remember. Oh, that's right. I remember torn ACL in 2007 or 2012. That was when Ciampa was actually really hot in Ring of Honor. He might have been become ROH World Champion at one point. Torn ACL, 28-17, neck surgery. Career-ending injury soon to be by me. Whoa. You left out my broken ribs. It sucked. Look forward to breaking yours. You will either break down and hand me the title, or I will beat you and take it. Stripe's coming home to a new daddy. Let's see. You'll have to be a man to be a daddy. Hey, Mandy Rose. Give this loser a shot at Stripey so I can show the world who's soft. You can keep Stripey for now. I'd feel bad about putting you on the shelf again. You can see Stripey for now. Oh. Okay, well that's a fool-ish thing. I'm not going to go through with it. Let's see, what else do I have here? Difficult. In this business. Oh my gosh. And maybe you'd even enjoy being nice for a change. I don't want to do this. I don't want to make the babyface turn, but I don't want to piss off Mandy Rose. Fine. Damn it. Yeah, I don't want to do this. Fine, I'm gonna stay heel. Not sure why I even bother. Oh, okay. Never mind. Time flies. Your Raw contract. Are you going to resign? Yes, I'm going to resign on Raw. Okay. Okay. You're going to main event the next Raw. Nice. Alright. I'll take on AJ Styles then. Yeah.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Biggest games delayed until 2023. Aw, Redfall got delayed? That sucks. I was actually looking forward to that one. Skull and Bones got delayed again. That's not a surprise, really. But they're going to release an Avatar game. And how fitting that the Avatar game in question is not going to come out until maybe not even next year. It might come out in 2024, which will put it in line with the rest of the movies, I guess. Also, Avatar game. Never thought I'd see the day,
Always looking for new opportunities and ways to undercut anyone who gets in his way. Big forearm.
Itchy, itchy, scratchy, scratchy.
As the leg trap, fisherman suplex.
I still want to hear from a game that has 2 games that don't even really have any announcements as to whether or not they're coming out, period, anytime soon. The System Shock remake? Come on, Night Dive Studios. I'm sick of waiting for everything, for it all. And Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I would just like to hear that, hey, we've got a team working on it, and it may take a couple of years, but it's going to get made, kind of thing. And we're going to honor pre-orders and stuff, because I was foolish enough to pre-order, and I know that's a no-no in the gaming industry overall these days, but I don't know. I just felt like maybe it was going to be... they were going to prioritize it, and it was going to come out in a reasonable amount of time, and it would have been worth it.
AJ still holding the upper hand now. The phenomenal one is holding nothing back.
All right, well, what do I know?
Style from the top. Fails to hit the bullseye.
There's only there's only really one game, though, that's coming out that's been delayed that I actually would say... I actually would need to get the new console generation for, and that's the Suicide Squad game, which looks cool. I'm not that interested in Gotham Knights, surprisingly. Like, I mean, I'm glad it's getting made, and I think it will be good, but I don't need it, kind of thing. So, yeah.
That hurt in the chest. Suplex, but that's not all. Into a ripcord low cover. Is it enough? It's off the pin at 2. I am in shock. What's it going to take to keep this guy down?
How about this? Damn it.
Unable to counter. Choke slam. Elbow! Styles has the momentum against him here. AJ's got to slow this momentum down. Perched up high. He's on the ropes. The official sees it and waves off the pin. Wicked roundhouse kick. As the leg trap, fisherman suplex. Cover! 2. Kicks out. He still has life. Really had less than a second to stay alive there. Shoulders down. Cover. Well, using the ropes for leverage. Right now, I just don't know what it's going to take. And he's just become merciless here. Yeah, now he has to devise a way back into this. Boom! Right to the jaw. Oh, you can pick up your teeth in section 112. This could put a stop to AJ. And this one is over.
Bing, bing, bing. Yeah, she's going to speak tonight. Probably going to say, I'm sorry, guys, but I really haven't been cleared to medically wrestle, but that's not going to stop me from making an impact on AEW. And then Britt Baker shows up and throws all sorts of insider insults, probably even mentioning the lewd photos and videos of her when she was much younger. In fact, I'm calling it right now. If Britt Baker is, in fact, going to be positioned up against Saraya, which is kind of what it seems like, or Saraya, Britt Baker, that is probably going to mention the leaked photos and videos from like a decade ago, because cheap heat. I'm kind of surprised that being nice didn't kill my vibe. I've almost got all the heel stuff done. Let's see here now. Nice. Let's see here now. Alright, let's see now here. Seth Rollins. No, okay. No, never mind. Do I have to turn babyface? Boo! Like, seriously. Fine. I guess I have to. Fine. I guess I will turn babyface. Ugh. I don't even know what yeah. I don't even know what AEW Galaxy is, so that one went way over my head. Ivar has been having some issues with Slapjack and Mustafa Ali. Okay. In a tag match, then maybe I'll believe there's more to your change of heart. New leaf or a whole new tree? Okay. I do think that there's actually a Mandy Rose romance storyline that you can get involved in with the male character on Monday Night Raw. That's kind of cool. I wonder if I can trigger it, but that would be kind of interesting, but still. Yeah, I don't get... You'll have to fill me in on AEW Galaxy. It sounds like a very tacky, like, amusement park ride.
Look who's here.
And now you know why Anna Jay was in the background of the Dark Order. Oh, no, now I get what you're saying. Anna Jay, the AEW Galaxy thing, that's their name for the that's like their name for the fans, like WWE Universe. That's actually very, very cheesy. Really is. I'm not gonna lie.
The WWE Tag Team division is more competitive than ever. As these two teams get into it, I can almost guarantee this match will be one to remember.
The standards for tag team action just keep getting higher and higher around here.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I wonder what they're coaching the women in AEW because their promos are not that good. Like overall in the whole, like they're not like they don't like. I mean, sometimes the promos are good, but the women themselves just do not sound like natural speakers. Like, they're naturally comfortable speaking. Like, they're either drawing things out with pauses because they're nervous about what they're going to say next, or, you know, like, you know, they're just trying to cover up for the fact that they simply cannot talk, and I get that, but still.
Double underhook applied. Butterfly suplex. He's taking some.
Yeah, even though he's still make a tag now and not risk further harm.
Big punch. Ouch. Oh, that'll cave your chest in.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing too. Like that. Did you see that god awful Marina Shafir promo? Like that was just. I know that there's that, you know, it's not nice to insult people, but I mean, come on, you gotta call bad when you see it. Like that, like on Dark, that Marina Shafir promo was like. In fact, I'll tell you what, it wasn't even really necessarily the content of the promo that she delivered that was the problem. It was just the delivery itself. Like, you word it a little differently and you give it to somebody who can actually talk. That's a damn good promo. In the hands of Marina Shafir, it was a butchery. And it kind of makes me laugh. It's like they've got so many of these other women, like, that they do nothing with. Like, they don't let Abaddon talk at all. Like, I mean, you know, you can't have, like, spooky, creepy vignettes or promos with Abaddon. I imagine they probably would do some pretty good business with that. I mean, there's just so many. It's amazing how, like, you feel like there's both not enough space for, like, the women in AEW, yet at the same time, or they're not given enough space, yet at the same time, it's kind of hard to justify giving it to them at some points if you're only going to push, like, 2 or 3 of them. It actually kind of makes me wonder why in the hell Jamie Hayter. Well, yeah, but then the better question is why not put her on TV? And I suppose that's probably because you know, she probably won't move, or they probably won't move merch, you know, kind of thing, or something, some asinine excuse. Like, I mean, if you're gonna, like, recycle the same people over and over again for the women's division on TV, the very least you could do is give them new opponents on your roster to kind of battle every once in a while.
Unstoppable. Got him set up in the corner of the ring. Vicious shoulder tackle in the corner.
Like, hell, I'm not even necessarily the biggest Nyla Rose fan because I think that she sometimes has come across as, like, a bit sloppy in the ring, but what the hell is she doing nowadays? Whole fat lot of nothing. Some homemade star you got there. Yeah, exactly. Her and Abaddon both now. Which is just crazy. I mean, say what you will about WWE, they can at least make you care about the ladies on their roster. Although I did kind of get a bit of a chuckle last night when they were doing a bit with the Toxic Attraction and Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark on NXT. Kaylee Ray, aka Alba Fire, comes in out of nowhere. She apparently they had, like, gasoline poured on the ground. But so when she lit it with, like, a fire stick, what happened? She almost lit Zoe Stark on fire. I was like, zoinks? Like, holy crap. That almost ended very, very badly. Like, very, very badly. Like, Zoe Stark almost didn't know what was coming level of bad kind of thing. So, yeah, it was just like, what? Okay, that's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was the fact that it ended okay means, hey, no big deal, but it was definitely kind of bizarre to watch.
Tags him in. Coming to the rescue. He's ejected from the ring. Mistake made by Ivar. Oh, stiff uppercut. Oh, what a windup.
Come on. What are you doing now?
To yet another attack. Inverted tree of woe position now. He's expressing pain.
I countered that.
This is a very dangerous situation now. Guys, we know that if
Come on.
his heart is beating, he has a chance to turn
I
this
countered
thing
that.
around.
Really?
There's some power behind that punch. Rolling neck snap. He turns it around. Big boot. Incredible. Armbreaker. Arms a hook.
Also, we got a shout out to the Steiner Math promo on Math. I said Math. Math promo on NXT with Rick Steiner's son, Braun Breaker. That was kind of funny.
Draven and Ivar.
That'll be good.
Celebrating together.
Garcia
Great
versus Jericho will be
chemistry
good.
tonight. For my money, these two just might be the
I think
best tag
Garcia
team
will be
on
a
the
main
roster
eventer.
today.
I do think that he's a little bit kind of small-ish in terms of, like, you know, having like that massive superstar appeal. But in terms of, like, you know, main event wrestler, he's got all the tools. So, and I know some people are like, oh, you just don't like, or some people might hear that and think, oh, I don't like guys that aren't like 6'5", you know, 250 and jacked. No, I do. I just think that in an industry that's actually gotten smaller in terms of like the wrestlers, it's nice to, you know, have guys that, you know, look more like the pro wrestlers of the day in the sense without being on like the steroids and stuff. That would be kind of nice because at the same time, you know, because there's just so many people that all right, well, since I turned face, I might as well do these side quests now. But there's just so many guys that are kind of, you know, like smaller built that, you know, they don't necessarily fit the definition of, you know, what a lot of people when they think pro wrestler see. And I get some of that's due to like the stereotype, but the stereotype surrounding the wrestling industry. But I do think you need to have a couple of guys that kind of fit that bill regardless. So I mean, yeah, Garcia, it's great that he holds up in the ring and on the stick in the microphone and everything, but you know, it would be kind of nice if he had, you know, just a little bit of size to complement, because then he'd be a true complete package. It's like the same thing with Adam Cole. I don't hate Adam Cole. I don't really see Adam Cole as anything more than a solid worker. Yeah, he can talk, but I find him very bland. I'm actually very intrigued by Daniel Garcia, but, you know, in both men's cases, if they were a bit bigger, they wouldn't have to wait for their shot at the main event. They'd be right there now, and they'd be there forever, kind of thing. And I get wrestling needs to have all sorts of different guys and gals in it, but, you know, one of those things where, you know, for big-time superstars and main eventers, you see like a certain image.
Embrace his presence. And Dolph got bottled up there.
Oh yeah, Garcia will definitely fit in as ROH champion. I just hope that if it's building to be a unification match, that they don't automatically retire the pure title too. Like, have it be title for title, kind of thing, because I don't want, the pure rules are just so interesting and fascinating, and had like some of the best matches of 2020 during the pandemic era. Like pure, I mean, no pun intended, but pure wrestling matches. Some of the best matches of 2020 were for that championship, or were in the tournament to crown that champion. And it's because of that rule set creating kind of an interesting dynamic that you don't see in wrestling. And to lose that, with by like unifying and then absorbing the one title, so that, you know, one guy can be the world champion because the world title is all that matters, that would be an insult to it, in my opinion. The thing that they did to build the title up.
Right on cue. Look at it, catch him off guard. Raises the shoulder. Trying to get this over with pronto. Look at him. Pride and poise personified.
Damn it, yawn. No, this game is not boring. I'm just tired. Nah. Come on. Damn it.
Dropping the elbow.
Come on.
Good timing with that reversal.
Come on, you idiot. Ah.
Ziggler may be in trouble here.
I actually have a DVD of all the pure tournament matches. I mean, yeah, it's kind of not as fun when you know who wins the spectacle of it is still very fun. Especially introducing guys like Wheeler Yuta to me, too, which was very nice.
Frank Draven. And if you're getting a victory like that, you gotta be feeling pretty good.
I hope not either.
Look, we've seen the show-off fight back from bigger beatings than this.
I mean, Samoa Joe needs to defend the ROH TV title for that to even be a thing. And as much as I love FTR, the same thing kind of has to happen with them now. I know FTR, they are going to New Japan to finally defend the New Japan tag titles, which I know some people have been clamoring for, but it makes me wonder, have they been defending any of their titles? Like the AAA titles? Like, have they been going to Mexico to do it? I think they have a little bit, but not much. I think they're going for the quadfecta, or they're trying to hold out to go for the quadfecta with the AEW tag team titles. Either that, or they are waiting until Wrestle Kingdom, and then shortly after Wrestle Kingdom, they'll either lose the belts after Wrestle Kingdom or at Wrestle Kingdom. That's the only way that what they're doing. Especially if, I'm not sure if it's Cash or Dax, who might be on the verge of like retiring due to injuries, but the way Dax is talking, he and Cash aren't going to be in the game forever or much longer, and they want to basically make 2022 the best year of their careers so they can wind down on a high note kind of thing. So, yeah. He kept taking little Jimmy snacks from his bag. Little dude's getting really upset. Okay. Exactly, and that's why I think they are going to, that's why I think that they probably, when this whole run is done, I think they'll, it'll work, or it'll be the end, but it'll be a ride off into the sunset for them. Okay. Get ready for One Night Nitro. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. Oh, speech, by the way, I'm sure you might have seen this on the social medias, but Ric Flair basically confirmed he'll never freaking retire. At least that's what he says. Just seriously.
Hey, did you get my text?
I did, and the voicemails and the DMs. I was almost expecting a handwritten letter to show up in the mail.
Lol. Daniel Garcia, never mind. Never mind. I thought I was reading something else.
If that would help greenlight the WCW reunion show, then I'd do it.
Wow, talk about a total swing for a
Look,
babyface.
I heard you already have Rey Mysterio on board, and obviously he can still go. But what about the other former WCW guys who aren't really active anymore?
We could get DDP.
Okay. So what if I bring in another former WCW star and have a match against them on Raw to prove to you this can work?
Okay, fine. I'll be watching. But if I'm not impressed then it's off. No more texts, DMs, or letters. Deal?
God, the lip syncing
I
for
promise,
Mandy Rose
you
is
won't
terrible.
be disappointed.
I mean, Ric Flair said it a couple, like 10 years ago. He'll either die on top of a woman, as disgusting as that sounds, and or he'll die in a ring. So that's what it's going to take, I guess. Oh, X-Pac, nice. By the way, one thing I want to give a shout out to,
one of your favorite WWE superstars faces off.
one thing I want to give a shout out to is for Impact Wrestling. They had an absolutely awesome Impact Wrestling or pay-per-view in Victory Road. And I know they technically did this once before, but I always get a kick out of Sami Callihan and all like the insane stuff that he does in like those death matches. And he once again brought it out again, the barbed wire wrapped N64 controller. I don't know why I got a kick out of it the first time. I got even just as much of a kick out of it the last time, or when he did it at Victory Road. Never seen Bandito wrestle. Oh, you're in for a treat, man. Dude can straight up go. He's actually like, he is a rare luchador who not only just flies, but he's got freaking power. Like, Google him like lifting up guys like Brody King or Shane Taylor in ROH for his finisher, the 21-plex. It's insane. Like, I mean, it doesn't always look the prettiest, but the dude's, you know, got power despite being, smaller, smaller luchador.
Coursing through his veins.
And X-Pac had it scouted, but X-Pac has to push now while the window is open.
I'm also glad that Ian Riccaboni, they're giving him opportunities with the ROH stuff because he's a really good commentator.
Well, he should. Producing a trampling. So much. Does he get it here? Kick out before the count.
It's hard to believe, but it looks like he's still.
Yes, this is Muda's last year in wrestling. In fact, I believe as they're going to have him and the Great Muda character is going to wrestle with Sting at an I can't remember if it's All Japan or no, I think it's Pro Wrestling Noah. For one show, and that's going to be the retirement of the Great Muta character, and then at I want to say it's Wrestle Kingdom or some other New Japan show, it's going to be the retirement, aka the real Great Muta, or the man behind Great Muta. Yeah, and it's going to be kind of interesting because he and Sting had an amazing both feud, and they also worked some tag stuff in Japan at one point. But that was very early Sting. So to say that Sting owes a lot to the Great Muta is is not an understatement in the least. I'd say that while his most famous title wins came over Flair, his actual best matches and best feud was against Muta, in my opinion. I just hope Julia Hart's this is the thing that upset me more, on top of the concussion that Julia Hart may have suffered from that table bump. I was really nervous. I was just kind of laughing / kind of pissed Like, how gimmicked did the table have to be so that Julia Hart would actually break it? Because I know she's not a heavy woman by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm like, come on. You mean to tell me that you had to gimmick the table, that it was basically made of paper mache?
This was as one-sided as it gets.
I love how I was clearly ripping on how I was clearly, yeah, I know she overshot it. That's not the problem I had. I get overshots happen. Raw's where the big boys play. Yeah, but I mean, an overshot's one thing, but like when her legs hit it, it like took like a chunk out of it, or like her butt. I couldn't tell initially if it was her legs or her butt that like just took a chunk out of that table. I was like, come on now. You mean to tell me I could probably have hit that with like a ball-peen hammer and it would have shattered? But whatever. Wrestling. Anyways, what I was really going to say, I love how I was actually raising like a legitimate concern about how I was kind of a... Oh God, the NWO.
Very interesting.
Oh God.
All week long, you've heard about a huge announcement I'd be making tonight. And now the time has finally come. You might be able to guess what it is based on the men who are gathered in this ring and those giant steel letters. But let's make it official. In the very near future, there's gonna be a special one-night tribute show to the men and women of World Championship Wrestling. And it's going to be called WCW One Night Nitro. That's right. Raw is now where the big boys play. I just want to say, it's truly an honor to be a part of helping put all of this together.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can't wait to pay tribute to the legends in this ring and many more who influenced my career. Now, with that being said,
so weird being a babyface after doing all the heel stuff. Oh God, AJ Styles. Oh, is AJ gonna mention bringing Impact back up? That would be interesting.
Sorry to crash the big party, but I just wanted to say I'd love to be a part of this reunion show too.
Oh yeah, that's right. AJ Styles spent like a cup of coffee with WCW before it went out of business.
No slight intended. I was planning on reaching out to you. Just wanted to make sure we stayed from some of the more well-known WCW stars.
Oh.
Well-known, huh?
I mean well-known in WCW, not in general. Like you said, you were only there for a few months. But I'm sure we can work this out. Let's talk more later, all right?
Yeah, sounds good. I'll let you get back to it.
As you can see, this show is so big that everyone wants to be a part of it. Now stay tuned to the WCW hotline. Just kidding. Stay tuned to social media for more information on WCW One Night Nitro.
Yeah.
We never thought we'd see this moment. WCW will return for one night.
By the way, one of the best storylines they ever did in a WWE game, in my opinion. Oh.
He's not waiting to talk about this later. AJ Styles clearly felt disrespected tonight, and now he's taking it out on all the WCW legends. And down goes Booker T. Kevin Nash can't stop AJ either.
Oh.
Mysterio off the top.
Uh-oh.
And Styles dumps Ray to the outside.
Oh my God, that was...
Okay, maybe this
Ooh,
will
I
be a
can see
fair
Ray
fight.
taking that bump.
Guess not.
I can see Ray taking that bump in real life.
AJ setting up for the Styles clash. Down on the steel
Ow.
chair. This supposed to be a moment to celebrate the legends of WCW, but AJ Styles did everything in his power to ruin that.
Just pathetic, in my opinion. This seems to be about more than just being excluded from the event. There's something else going on here.
Ooh.
And one more disgraceful act to close out an all-around shameful night for AJ Styles.
Interesting. But I was just going to say that one of the best storylines they have ever done in one of these WWE games, period, was the one where you actually had a created superstar that was surprisingly voiced by Austin Aries long before he ever set foot in the company. And said created superstar ended up representing WWE against a WCW invasion led by Kevin Nash and eventually Rey Mysterio, your mentor, who turned heel on you. Spoilers. What? Boo. But I will honor them by tearing. Oh, did I upset your little super fan all the time? Oh, God. Huh.
All week long, I've been getting messages on social media. Why, AJ? Why did you take out the WCW legends? Why'd you ruin One Night Nitro? Well, here's the answer. At first, I was slightly offended I wasn't considered for the show. After all, like I said, I was an actual wrestler there. Unlike the superfan wannabe putting it all together, who never stepped foot in a WCW ring. More on him in a second. But then the more I thought about it, I didn't want to be a part of bringing back and honoring the egotistical, greedy dinosaurs who sleptwalk through their matches just to collect a fat paycheck, putting the company out of business, and nearly killing my career before it ever got started. In fact,
True.
It was so bad down there, when they first offered me a contract, I turned it down and took a job delivering water because it paid more. Because all these
That's
so-called
true.
legends were flying around in private jets with their guaranteed contracts, wrestling 4 times a year, and there was no money left to pay guys who actually wanted to be there. Ultimately, I ended up going to WCW for 3 months, and it was way worse than I thought it would be. Every decision from the top guys was made to hold back the younger, more talented wrestlers like me. Finally, it all caught up to them, and the company folded. I had to go back to the Indies and work my butt off to make it to where I am today. But I'm the exception. Most of the younger WCW guys from that era, like my old tag team partner, they never made it. So that's how I
Air
remember
Paris.
WCW. Not as this company that beat WWE for a short time, or part of this over-glorified golden era of wrestling, but a sinking ship that almost took down AJ Styles with it. So that's why I
He's
did
not
what
wrong.
I did. I shut down the embarrassing tribute show before it ever happened, and I'd do it again 500 times. So let's circle back to the guy who started all this. You were just a fan when all that with WCW went down. You had no idea what really happened, but in my eyes, that almost makes you worse than the so-called legends you put on a pedestal. You're supposedly a WWE superstar now, so act like it. This isn't your time to play fantasy WCW. It's embarrassing. So you want to talk about destroying me for what I did? Remember, WCW already tried that, and they failed. So I'm going to do a favor for every man and woman in that locker room who has any actual respect for what we do, and destroy you. Challenge accepted.
Pretty damn good promo, honestly, and as far as the heel turn goes, it's actually logical.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Weighing in at 275 pounds, Furious Frank.
You are looking at a one-of-a-kind superstar.
The man who attempted to bring you one night Nitro gets his chance against AJ Styles, who crashed his party last.
What a disgraceful display from the Phenomenal One, but that's what we've come to expect from AJ Styles.
See, I think AJ Styles must have learned something from his old job delivering H2O, because he poured a bucket of cold water on the WCW reunion show, and every legend who thinks they can waltz back into the ring whenever they want.
There's repercussions for that, like this match tonight.
Rolling elbow finds its mark. Ouch. Oh, man, right across the chest.
And he sends him into the corner.
Trapped in the corner, no escape from these punches.
And Styles is taking a lot of offense now.
AJ's got to find a window to fight back.
And a counter by Styles.
Back and forth from these competitors.
A big punch. Ouch.
What a wrist clutch suplex. Double underhook applied.
Butterfly suplex. He's been quickly taking control here.
Things are really going his way now. Oh, what an uppercut. Jarring. Is he attempting a Styles clash?
It's Finn Balor.
What's he doing here?
It seems Balor's attempting to help out his former club partner.
He's certainly got everyone's attention.
AJ Styles has a chair, and the referee has no idea.
Neither does his opponent. It's Kevin
Dummy.
Nash.
We haven't seen Nash
Yay.
since Styles took out the WCW legends a few weeks back.
This is his
A few
chance
weeks
for
ago.
payback.
Nash is gonna turn heel. Called it.
Kevin Nash just turned on his friend.
I can't believe
Called
this is
it.
happening.
And now AJ taking advantage.
He's
So
gonna
the real
do it.
question is why Finn Balor was involved.
He hits this and it's done.
Styles
Why Finn
clash.
Balor joined.
And it's all over thanks to the interference from Finn Balor and the shocking actions of Kevin Nash.
This is unbelievable. What exactly is the relationship between these three?
I'm not sure if Balor and Styles even know.
Well, he's wearing an NWO shirt.
There's the answer. It looks like
The
we've
click.
just witnessed the birth of some kind of new NWO/club type alliance.
This is bad news for WWE.
Oh, I agree. Nothing good can come from this.
Interesting. Well, let it never be said that the babyface run of What You're Doing does not have at least some interesting stuff on it to do with it. Ah, I see. Damn. Oh no, #too scared. And the New Outsiders. I gotta see this in person. Oh god. Oh, God. Wow. Nice. Okay. Goldberg? Yes, please. Duh. I'm gonna make Goldberg my tag team partner. Hashtag mandate. No chance, outsiders. Yeah, I'll make sure of that. I mean, I'll be watching from the inside. Pay no attention to the big Kev in the corner. That's actually kind of funny. I like that.
The WWE Universe on their feet.
The following contest is scheduled for one.
It's a shame we don't get a full entrance
on the
for
way
this.
to the ring, at a combined weight of 545 pounds, Furious, Frank Draven, and Goldberg.
As a trained mixed martial. Gentlemen, we are about to experience...
Sorry, I'm just looking at something on Twitter here, really.
WWE Universe has been in shock ever since AJ Styles annihilated an entire roster of WCW legends. And things turned even darker when Kevin Nash joined forces with Styles and Finn Balor.
They sure did, especially for the superstar originally responsible for the ill-fated One Night Nitro.
That superstar will try to get even with Styles as he teams up with a WCW icon who's ready to fight back against this emerging alliance of outsiders. Perched up high.
Well, they said no more. They said no rematches. Well, let's see if they like it after I beat them.
Pulling him in for the breaker. Right to the lower back.
And also see how you like getting beat up by Goldberg.
Into the now.
Who thanks to the power of video games is not Goldberg.
Right on cue. Shot right to the midsection. Styles has the momentum against him here.
AJ's got to find a window to fight back.
That'll keep Goldberg at bay. Hooked up. Tagged in. Whipping lariat.
Nice. Nice. Good for you, man. Good to have you get a new headset. Yeah.
And just like that, he sent crashing to the floor.
Oh, boy, he's stalking him. Watching for an opening.
This isn't the smartest thing to do, antagonizing your opponent instead of attacking him.
Well, he was outside the ring. Oh. Okay.
Surprisingly quick kick out.
A little closer to getting the pinfall there, but this is still Buddy's fight. Up and down. What a slam.
Heh. Nothing wrong with having a good quality product brand that you can just appreciate and can support.
Pulling him in for the left hook in the mush. Things not looking great for Finn Balor. Right to the kidneys from behind. Here we go. Inverted DDT. Incredible suplex. Oh, mounting just hammer. Elbows right to the forehead. One after another. Spin kick.
Okay, so what's Goldberg's finishers? Duh. Well, I mean, duh, it's a spear and a jackhammer. Always good when you can find products like that. Ah, good counter though. Good counter animation. But yeah, always good when you can find stuff that is quality product without breaking the bank.
This match's brutality starting to show on him.
This is what the purpose of a tag team is. Don't be afraid to use the resources and help your partner offers. Am I being diplomatic enough, Cole?
Absolutely anything you want.
Ooh, the Bret Hart Career Ender Special. The Bret Hart Career Ender Special. I'm sorry. That's actually not fair because it was a thrust kick, not a side kick, but still. Oh, damn it.
Sent crashing to the floor.
Nope.
He's able to counter Goldberg. German suplex. What a shot. And set him up there.
Damn it. I hit the counter button there.
That's a bad landing. This is it. Finn able to get out of the way. He's able to beat a 2 count. Still in it. What a gutsy performance. 2 knees.
Nope.
You're gonna need your back adjusted after that one. Running FTO plants him. Nicely done. And he keeps his focus on an attack to that area.
Oh, he's got him up high. The follow-away slam. Things are looking dire for AJ Styles right now.
I'm not sure how much Styles has left.
And this is, well, it's not looking good.
AJ Styles might be headed for a rear loss unless he turns.
Getting him into the corner.
Driving down with the axe handle.
This could do it. And he makes the save for his team.
Well, Kevin Nash has been in this match. He's been pretty useless in this match as a manager, interfering. Damn it.
Looking for more there.
Back suplex. He's getting a little battered now. Great reversal.
Oh, what a shot.
STO. Oh, perfect kick.
Oh, what a definite choke slam.
From the top.
Elbow drop. Good Lord.
Well, at least I hit it.
Double underhook applied. Butterfly suplex.
Ref, you idiot. Oh, thank you, Finn Balor. Your AI crapped out.
Here are your winners, Furious, Frank Draven,
victory for your winners. An impressive effort from this duo.
That wasn't just a win, Cole. That was a top-level tag team performance.
Oh wow! Rest in peace to Coolio. This just broke a couple minutes ago. Yeah, that's actually, that sucks. Coolio died. Okay, anyways. You always need a faction. The club. No, this poor man's NWO. Yeah, he's just jealous because no one ever wanted him to join a faction. Agree with Finn, not worth it. Not. Ha, nice, a steel cage match.
The following contest is a steel cage match. Making his way to the ring from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Weighing in at 275 pounds. Furious Frank Draven.
We know this former MMA fighter can light it up when it comes to dominating offense and lockdown defense.
Much of his work at the Performance Center.
Tonight just became what started as an attempt.
But yeah, man, Coolio dead at 59. Rest in peace. I will always love, even though he hated it initially for the longest time, I was always remember Coolio for both the song "Gangster's Paradise" and Weird Al's epic parody of it, "Amish Paradise." So, in one way, I guess you can say you'll live forever, man. Even if I'm not the biggest rap music fan at all. So, yeah.
The tribute to WCW's larger-than-life legends blend here tonight between two superstars looking to leave their own marks on WWE.
And they'll have to do it in a steel cage match, which means no more invited guests and no more uninvited guests either.
After what we've seen recently, I'm not even sure a steel cage can contain this issue, but we're about to find out.
Suplex. Placed in the corner. He's determined to make it to the top of the cage here.
Climbing cage. Ah, okay.
Guys.
Oh, I was hoping to do a top rope move, but apparently you can't. At least not from the usual position. Yeah, you gotta climb that.
Back to his feet, but he might not know where he is. He must have had that scouted. Oh, deafening blow to the chest.
I'm gonna finish this storyline thing. I think I'm gonna call it. I was hoping to have finished this MyRise story before the month of October kicked in, because I'm going to shelve WWE 2K22 and the MyRise stuff until the end of October. But
he's able to stop that surge.
Oh well, I guess that was not meant to be.
He knew what was coming. Double up. He had it scouted. And here he is, the kick.
Not stupid enough. The A is not stupid enough to get stuck up there.
Suplex. And he's really gotten into his zone right now.
That's a sign he's got his opponent figured out.
Oh, right into the cage.
Not really.
The roundhouse kick. Full into the jump. Just punched him right in the mouth. Relentless. Enough already.
He's getting a huge boost right now from all those chants and cheers.
He's looking a little off balance. Clothesline. Ouch.
This is not going to look pretty. Submission being applied.
What a unique submission maneuver here. Look at the pain his opponent's in. How much punishment can he take? And he very quickly counters. Here he goes, working his way up the side of the cage.
No.
AJ Styles. Great counter.
German suplex. But that's not all.
And look for the win. 1, 2. Yeah, no, he doesn't get the 3.
Now is not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept on.
The end for AJ is looking inevitable here. And Styles driven into the mat. It's over. Styles is done. 2.
Got him.
Big win inside the cage.
Here is your winner, Furious Frank Draven.
I don't think anybody will question the toughness on display here tonight.
Set foot in the cage, but to win is even more impressive.
I'm not impressed at all by AJ Styles' effort tonight.
Well, I mean, he tried.
All right.
I've been watching a lot of old Andre the Giant matches recently. Nothing like a big man doing big man things. I mean, can you imagine what it would have been like to face him in his prime?
Would have been something. Huh. Huh. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna check out what's at this jiu-jitsu school, if anything, and then I think I'm gonna call it a stream. Ah, perfect. Seth Rollins in a very odd-looking suit. All right. So with that bit of progress all made, I think I'm going to call it a stream. So I'd like to thank each and every single one of you for watching. Goodbye. See you later. Good night. I hope you enjoyed the ride. Hope you got some entertainment. And when I will, when I, go live this Friday, I will be playing Bloodshore for FMV Friday. It's supposed to be an action movie, so, or at least a take on an action movie, so that should be kind of cool. All right, peace. Tata, for now.